Hello, Aries. My name is Agatha, and this is the astrological and the tarot forecast for the month of June 2018. This is a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. And now we are going to start with the astro forecast. So in June, there's a new moon. There's a new moon at 22 degrees of the sign of Gemini. In your case, Aries, this is going to happen in your third house. So these are brand new beginnings connected with your communication. Maybe you might be around this new moon in Gemini. It's going to happen on the 13th of June. 2018. Around this time, you might be getting a lot of messages. You might be communicating a lot. If you do any type of freelance work, this might, there might be a lot of people asking about your services. If you do lectures, you might be really busy around this time. If you might even decide, for instance, to take a new course, so a new type of training. Now, this could be for fun, or this could be connected with your professional life. Some of you might even decide to, learn a new language, learn a new type of skill. This could also be a brand new beginning connected with your siblings' life. Maybe your sister or your brother. There's like a brand new beginning in his life or her life. Maybe they have a new job. Maybe they buy a house or they move. Maybe there's like a brand new child who is born. This could also be you deciding to, buying a car. Maybe your family increased, and there's, a new child, someone who got born recently. So you needed a bigger car. It could be that as well. Or maybe you moved, and because you moved, you need to buy a car, maybe because there's no public transportation where you live, so you need to buy a new car. The full moon that happens at 6 degrees of Capricorn is going to happen on the 28th of June 2018. In your case, this full moon is going to happen in your 10th house. So this could be an ending connected with your career, with your profession, with your job, even one of your bosses. Maybe one of your bosses leaves because he or she, I would say it's more like a woman, leaves because she retires or he retires. Maybe you have a brand new boss because the old boss left because he or she retired, and you have a brand new boss. This boss could be an older woman, okay? You could also, if you have that age, you could also retire. This could be, what else could it be? Changing careers, changing profession. What else? This could also be someone in your family who's old, who's retiring. Mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. This could be also a change in the way in your social image. Maybe you were divorced and you decide to get married. Maybe you were married and for whatever reason there's a divorce. So there might be some sort of change in your public image. And this is the astrological reading for you, Aries. Now we're going to go to the tarot reading. We're going to go to the general tarot reading. So I'm going to use the mystical tarot for the general, and this is going to be the general tarot reading, Aries, and this is going to be beginning, middle, and end of the month. In the beginning of the month, you have the Hanged Man. So there might be some sort of sacrifice, that you have to do in your general life for whatever reason. maybe you're sick, maybe you're ill, maybe you have to stay home, you know, maybe you cannot go to your job, maybe you get the flu, you know, or it could be any other type of sacrifice, you know. For some of you it's because you're, you know, tired, you're sick, so you have to rest at home, you cannot work or something like that. For others, this requires some sort of pause. Now, it's a pause, doesn't mean that you are sick, okay? It's a required pause, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to, not do anything. You don't, but you're kind of forced to do it. For instance, I'm going to give you another example. Let's say that you are in a certain type of profession, and everyone decides to go on strike. You don't agree with it, but you have to do it because everyone else is doing it. This is also a calling to you to change your perspective, to change your point of view, to try to see things in a different manner. In the middle of the month, you have Aries, the King of Wands, or the King of Rods, which is you showing up here. The King of Rods could be a man or a woman, because this is a very general reading. And again, if you'd like your own personal reading, write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. The King of Rods could be a man or a woman from a fire sign, Aries, like you, Sagittarius or Leo, in his or her late 30s or after the age of 40. This is a very popular sort of person, a very charismatic sort of person. So it's like you move from a time, like in the beginning of the month, where you are forced kind of to not move, not do anything, and not be your usual fiery self. You move from that to in the middle of the month to back to normal, where you feel okay, where you feel full of energy. And by the way, look at the volcano. Okay, look at this volcano. I'm recording this when there's an eruption, like I think it's in Hawaii, a volcano. So I don't know, some of you might be from Hawaii, or some of you might be connected with Hawaii, and by the time you see this reading, the volcano might be, very much still erupting. I really hope that's not the case, but it could be that. But this also tells me that you have a fiery temperament, fiery personality, that you are bursting with energy in the middle of the month, Aries, and you just want to go and do things. And you're full of energy, and people admire you for that. Maybe you needed this time for you to rest, and now in the middle of the month you know exactly what you need to do, and people listen to you because you're a charismatic sort of person, you're popular, you're fiery, you're passionate about whatever it is that you do, and you take a front role, front and center. You take a leadership type of role, and you don't wait around for anyone to do whatever it needs to be done. You just go ahead and you do it. Okay, Aries is very much like that. At the end of the month, you have the Ten of Cups, which is the happy card. So there's some sort of it's a card connected with happiness. Of course, there's many ways of reading this, but to me this is a happy family card. So you were sick, you were ill, or you had to pause, or you had to ponder and to reconsider things and take a different perspective. Then you were full of energy and went out and do whatever you needed to do, and because you are in a better place, you feel happy, your family feels happy also. So let's say that Aries, I would say that your joy kind of infects in a good way, in a positive way, your family, your entire family. So you're happy, your family is happy, something like that. So whatever it is that you do makes your family happy, okay? And everything is fine with your spouse if you do have one, and with your kids if you have kids. But your close family, there's like a sense of happiness. If there's no family, you're happy. You have achieved the maximum of happiness. Okay, but in order to get there, you needed to wait. You needed to take a pause and reconsider and think about things, Aries. Okay, Now we're gonna go to the love reading, and I'm gonna use the Lover's Pet Tarot. And the cards that you got was the Judgment card. Here it's the story that is represented in this card is the story of Tannhauser and Elizabeth. I just checked, and I think this is an opera. And the story of this opera is that Tannhauser, left the world and he went to a secret place, and he in this secret place he was with Venus or something like that, and then he returned. And Elizabeth, who was his girlfriend, who was Tannhauser's girlfriend, waited for him. She waited and waited and waited for him for a very long time. And he did something that he shouldn't do, that I don't exactly understand what happened. He needed to, how do you say, atone for whatever the mistake that he did. And I think it wasn't accepted, but she died. She died, and because she died, he got forgiven. It's something like she kind of sacrificed herself for him. So, or when he came back, it was too late. So there's like a death. In terms of love, there's a sense of, too little, too late. There's a transformation, Aries, in your love life. There's some sort of transformation in your love life. Doesn't matter if you're with someone or not. Maybe there's someone who waited around for you until, and then you came back, and then it was too late. Or it was the other way around. You were the one who waited for someone, and when that person came back, it was way too late, because maybe the love was gone. There's something like that. There's some sort of sacrifice. There's some sort of waiting, and when finally the person returns, it's no longer of any type of use. There's no point, almost, but there's some sort of transformation. And then in the middle of the month, you have the Seven of Cups, which is, here what I notice is like the woman. This is the woman, and beside her, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a ghostly figure of a man kissing her. The Seven of Cups is a card connected with illusion and choices. It seems that we have a lot of choices in terms of love, but are all of those choices good choices? Because some choices, one cup, there's a skull, therefore one cup leads to death. It's a bad choice. Another cup, there's a snake, and it's poisonous, so this is a bad choice. Another cup, there's a ghost. So there's a couple of good choices, but other choices are not good. But you probably, in terms of your love life, you might think that all choices are wonderful, and they're not. So, and the woman here with the ghostly figure kissing her, I would say that some of you are kind of stuck in the past, stuck on illusion, stuck waiting around for someone, and there's no point in waiting around for that person, and which is also told to me by the Judgment card, the previous card. So some of you are waiting around for someone, and there's no point. There's no point in that's an illusion, waiting for that person. Or someone is waiting for you, and there's no point in waiting for you. There's like some sort of illusion, now this I'm telling beginning, middle, and end of the month, but this could work as a unified energy at some point during the month or throughout the month. So I would say there's like some sort of transformation in your life, in your love life. Doesn't matter if you're single or with someone. If you're waiting around for someone, some of you will, kind of get the memo that there's no point on waiting for that person. Or if others are waiting for you, maybe it's when you return, there's no point, because whatever love you had, it just kind of died, or it was an illusion or something like that. And doesn't matter if you're married or single, and then at the end of the month, you have the Five of Cups, and this is disillusionment. This is regret. This is waiting way too long. So if you're with someone, there's this sense of waiting. but this waiting is an illusion. And the judgment card tells me that you have broken all illusions, that your illusions are kind of shattered, and you regret all the time you spent, flooded in this illusion, or you regret the illusion that you had, or you regret not doing anything before, or it's the other person who feels like this. So there's some sort of transformation and regret and a shattered illusion that might be manifesting in your life in June 2018, Aries, in your love life. And I'm gonna read these two cards disconnected, meaning the general life I'm gonna read in one way, in the love life I'm gonna read in another way. And when I say the family life in the beginning, in the general reading, it does not mean necessarily the family with your spouse. It could be like your parents' family, someone, or it could be, like I said, happy, But I'm separating the general reading from the love reading, because maybe for some the general reading will make more sense, and for others the love reading will make more sense. Okay? So that's it, Aries. This is the reading that I have for you for June 2018. It's a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.